Well, Adam, as you know, people listening to this are snuggled up warm by the fire with a nice hot cup of cocoa.
Mm.
The little dog is resting gently at their feet, and the kids
Mm.
are playing quietly,
Yep.
ever so quietly. No one is hungover whatsoever.
Nope.
There is there's an ample amount of love and attention for everyone. All is at peace because it is the holidays and people are nice to each other and respectful and not.
Now you're losing me.
Megadads Live is a mature rated podcast. It's for the Megadads, the Mega Moms, but not the Mega Kids. So put on those earmuffs and let's go!
Yeah.
I was right there.
It was like almost like a fan. It's like that's the fantasy of the holidays, though, isn't it? That's the Christmas spirit. I don't know. I'm gonna try. You know what I mean? Like we're at the end. We're right there. We're like we're Christmas, New Year's, and I'm gonna try to put my positive energy out into the world, Adam. That's what I'm gonna try to do.
We've almost made it through what is truly a horrific dumpster fire of a year.
Oh yeah, total shit.
During this time of the season of the year, during this season, I like to watch the Hallmark movies to make fun of the Hallmark movies. Like I never genuinely watch them as like this is good content. That's not a thing. But we watch them to make fun of it because it's not realistic. This year, everything is so sad that I'm watching the same Hallmark movies and I'm like, I wish this was life. Like I find myself getting emotional, right? And drawn into the character arcs of these stupid paper thin cardboard characters. And I don't know, man. I feel like my soul is crying out for help because I'm watching these garbage movies and really feeling like my heart is I'm like the Grinch. My heart is getting bigger. And that doesn't feel right. That doesn't sound like me.
Yeah. I hear you.
We both live in the Midwest.
Yes.
It is
correct.
butt-ass cold this
Terrible.
weekend. Are you getting this Arctic blast?
Yeah. I was shoveling because the car was stuck and like we're trying to like get it out.
Yeah.
So I'm shoveling and then I create a little ramp for the wheel, right? I'm like, let it drift down a little bit, trying to get the angle. I slip. I fall, I get up, and I immediately step on this like incredibly slick ice sheet that I just made.
Yeah.
And I bang my knee. It was just like I've been shoveling and it just won't stop. There's ice everywhere.
Are you legitimately shoveling, or are you a snowblower? You don't have a snowblower?
I don't have a snowblower. I find them cumbersome.
I find a broken back to be cumbersome.
They're not like easy to operate.
No,
you know what I mean? And they're not easy to maintain. And it's kind of a pain to get it out. And even if you're pushing it, like, you're doing a lot of work pushing the heavy snow forward regardless. Unless you have like one of those real powerful ones, that are kind of weighty. I'm sure that's probably easier.
But
they're not motorized, it's like.
Well, we have like a hand-me-down snowblower that my father-in-law got us because he's like Mr. Mechanic and he'll like rebuild a whole bunch of stuff. So like our snowblower is, I believe, like 87 years old, but it like it's one of not really.
So it's like the Cadillac
it's like
that they made that
right, it's like it's
die.
never gonna die, it's never gonna go away, but it is self-propelled. But you're right, it is kind of hard to navigate and it'll get clogged up. But if a snowblower gets clogged up, you just tell your kids to reach into the little chute thing. Just put your hand down there until the thing starts spinning again. That's what they're for. But I cannot go back. There's no way I could go back to shoveling. We just got, I think, like 6 or 7 inches of snow over the last week. And it's 25 below zero today. So fuck that. You must be out there for hours.
Have you seen these people who have the flamethrowers and they just put a little flame pack on?
That's
and
badass.
They get out. It is. I was trying to think of like why I would not do it because
I can't think of a reason not to do it.
I'm like, how dangerous is this? I'm like, am I going to set anything on fire? I'm like, not likely with everything starting out cold and wet. I'm like, am I going to disfigure myself? And I'm like, well, it's not big. They are big, but like the spout that you're holding like is not, it doesn't seem unruly. So I'm like,
You're
as
not
long
like
as I'm not,
Ripley in the Queen's Nest,
yeah, like
it's
I think I might go that route, Adam.
Well,
They're not very expensive either.
and here's the thing. If you do happen to melt half of your face off, what is cooler than that? You can
Yeah.
tell your friends that your burn disfigurement is a result of your flamethrower.
Yeah,
I was
and
flame
then it's just a
throwing.
plus. Yeah,
How many people in life get to say that they were flame throwing?
Yeah.
Ever?
yeah.
I'm gonna die without ever having flamethrowed, and that's sad. I think you should do it.
Okay, yeah.
Let's start a GoFundMe for your flamethrower, and I think
I
this will
want
be
a flamethrower. That's like all it says.
this will be a tremendous success. We're not paying for your medication or helping your grandma get into assisted living. No, this money will go strictly to Antonio's flamethrower.
I want a flamethrower.
That's so cool.
It's the holiday season, everybody, and it's the perfect time to gift a loved one in your life a membership to Megadad's Boost. Megadad's Boost is our community support program that allows you folks to invest and support everything we do here at Megadad's. If you like our podcasts, our reviews, our Tokyo travel videos, our small talk segments, or any of the other ways that we have fun here at Megadad's, you can help support us and keep driving Megadad's well into the new year by becoming a member of Megadad's Boost. And since it is that holiday season and it is that time of giving, we're offering up 50% off your first month's membership here at Megadad's Boost by using the code SUPERPOSITIVE. Just go to patreon.com/Megadads, enter that keyword SUPERPOSITIVE, all one word, and you get 50% off your first month of Megadad's Boost, which means you also get some of those really cool perks, like every episode of Megadad's Live boosted 5 days early and completely ad-free, exclusive Megadad's art cards, and of course, the Switch Talk 2 audio podcast feed exclusive to members of Megadad's Boost. All it takes is $1 a month or 50 cents with the code SUPERPOSITIVE. Go to patreon.com/Megadads to become a member of Megadad's Boost. And let's take this moment to thank the current members of Megadad's Boost for everything they do for this community. We thank you guys so much, and we hope you have a very special holiday season. The Boost members for December 2025 are as follows: Craig Campbell, Joseph, Eric Wood, Spokes, Emily Smith, Brent, John DiFrancesco, Estuardo Zenteno, Brendan Myers, The Snack Network, Dave Soto, Jesse Waldack, Andy Penzick, Luke Porter, David Snyder, the Bafo Yucks Dudes, Justin Masson, and the Nintendo Dads podcast. We thank you guys so much for your continued support of Megadads. And if you're not a member of Boost and you want to be on that list of fine folks who help support everything we do here, again, just go to patreon.com/Megadads, use the code SUPERPOSITIVE, and become a member of Megadad's Boost today. Now back to the program that you guys helped make happen.
Well, let's get into our
Megadad's being super positive.
I'm feeling good, man.
Good.
I'm glad that we're podcasting together. We
Oh,
just
yeah.
talked about how terrible the world is. But when we podcast, when we do Megadad's Live, the world is a cheery place. We're talking about flamethrowers, chopping off our kids' fingers. This is great. I'm feeling
Yeah.
good.
I'm feeling good.
What's got you feeling super positive?
The year of our Lord 2026 is looking up in the gaming space. It's actually looking pretty fire. The Game Awards happened, and it showed a lot of games that were on the horizon. And there are award shows that, he does, and then, prior E3s, things like that. There are seasons where honestly it's been dry, or it's like, okay, a lot's coming, but nothing like really eye-catching. And already this just does not seem to be the case. If you believe Xbox, they've been working on still a couple of very huge games that they will eventually must come out. They did not show up at the Game Awards, but they said they were going to have their own thing in January. They're like, oh yeah, we got plenty coming. Like, excuse me if I don't believe that, but the Game Awards was huge. It was packed with games, exciting stuff. the Star Wars racing game. There's a game coming out from the people who did Apex Legends, and there's just a lot of like stuff that is coming that looks really good. There's this game called Decrepit that was in the beginning of the show. You know, Divinity is coming from Larian Studios. Just off there's the Tomb Raider games. We got the Fate of Atlantis, which is a remake of Tomb Raider 1. And then they have the new Tomb Raider, I forget,
Catalyst.
Yeah, and it looks, both of them look good. The balls on these people to announce 2 Tomb Raider games, show the trailers back to back, and have them both be good. I was like shocked.
Could you hear my boner from Chicago?
I was like, Adam is full chub right now.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to 2026 gaming wise. I think it'll be good. I have a prediction. That'll be good.
It's always good. I did not watch the Game Awards, but I was like kind of scrolling social media in real time to kind of see if anything interesting dropped. And there's a couple, I mean, you and Eric just did an exceptional recap on the YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribed to youtube.com/megadads to hear Antonio and Eric's deep thoughts. You guys did like a double Megadads live all on the Game Awards. So great job there. Yeah. My outsider perspective, not having seen everything and certainly not having watched it live, was I thought it was really interesting, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I haven't seen everything. I thought it was really interesting that the big 3 kind of weren't present. There didn't seem to be any first party from Nintendo, PlayStation, or Xbox in regards to reveals.
Yes.
So
very interesting.
That's very interesting. You touched on the fact that Xbox is going to have their own thing in January, but the other 2, there was nothing. And then the other thing was a lot of really awesome throwback announcements. We got Mega Man. We got Ace Combat. Resident Evil wasn't a surprise, but of course, you know, it's great to see Leon, and that's a callback game. That's a legacy title. And then these 2 Tomb Raider games, which I'm just going to gush about for a second here because I'm so goddamn excited. It seems to me that the folks who run Tomb Raider now, which I think is like Crystal Dynamics and Amazon, I don't know about that, but they've done exactly what I've been begging for the last 10 plus years. Lara Croft is no longer super dark, brooding, I want to murder everybody and then think about how this makes me feel, Lara. We've got fun, dual-wielding tech gadgets, flippy flip, make cheeky remarks, Lara Croft, in both of these games.
They went back on it. Yep.
They went back.
They went on a lighter thing. The world looks a little more animated and colorful. Yeah.
And they did it in a way that does not throw the Survivor trilogy under the bus because it's a continuation of that series.
Yeah.
It's the same universe, but Lara is now officially the Tomb Raider. That trilogy of games which promised us we would become the Tomb Raider, we're finally there. Lara's dual wielding, she's grapple hooking and zip lining and cracking jokes. 2 games, one of which is a reimagining of the original Tomb Raider, and then this Tomb Raider Catalyst, which I'm very excited. We've got like a more mature Lara Croft. Like this seems to be a Lara in her late 30s or early 40s, which is kind of fun. And it's a continuation of her story from the Survivor trilogy, but it's fun. It just looks fun and adventurous and excited, and I could not be more happy because it's exactly what I've been wanting from Tomb Raider forever.
You're eating good, Adam. They just keep making. They're like, would you like a Silent Hill game? Like, would you like more Resident Evil? Like, would you like Tomb Raider? You know, like what? Why do they cater to you, Adam? What makes you so damn special? Why is everybody up your ass? Just all the game companies are just like, no. Like, let me like lick your taint up a little bit. I'm sorry. Why did I get so angry there?
I think this is just a shining declaration that this podcast, having been around for 10 plus years, the people listen. The folks who have the power, the levers of power,
they're tuning in.
They're listening to us, man. And when Adam says, Daddy wants a new Tomb Raider with dual wielding and dinosaurs, they cash those checks. They get the chain moving, and we get a new Tomb Raider. Super excited. Megadads is for everyone who loves gaming and the community that surrounds it. We're all about fun, fully grown, and we want you to be a part of everything we've got going on here. So what do you get when you subscribe to youtube.com/Megadads? Weekly podcasts from your favorite Megadads personalities, reviews on the latest games, reaction and analysis on the latest industry news, Gameplay Thursday videos showing off what we do on the sticks, travel logs from our trips around the world, small talk segments where we try new things with our kids, live community events like our holiday specials, and so much more each and every single day. You don't want to miss a minute of the fun. New Megadads videos drop each and every weekday, whether it's our long-form content like Megadads Live, or maybe it's one of our short series like Off the Shelf, a look at retro gaming. Please subscribe to youtube.com/Megadads today and tell your friends to come too. We're building something great here at youtube.com/Megadads, so subscribe today and be a part of Fun Fully Grown. This is Megadads. And speaking of Adam games and super excited, I have a game that I've been patiently waiting to play. I didn't get this at launch. I've been being a good boy and playing my review copies and covering games for the channel as they come. But I knew there would be a time before the end of the year where I would lay down the money for Ghost of Yotei. Mm-hmm. That time is now. Ghost of Yotei is an action game developed by Sucker Punch, available for the PlayStation 5. The game is so good that it's numbed my lips and I can't speak properly. Ghost of Yotei is a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, which was a fantastic feudal Japan action-adventure game. It was like people for years and years wanted a feudal Japan Assassin's Creed, and Ubisoft wouldn't do it. So Sucker Punch said, hold my beer, we're going to do it ourselves. Ghost of Tsushima was that game. It was phenomenal. Typical PlayStation first-party magic, right? Just polished and adventurous and a great story, great music, great graphics, all that stuff. Ghost of Yotei was announced, and they kind of did a surprising sidestep where it was not a direct continuation of Ghost of Tsushima. This is an all-new story with an all-new protagonist. It takes place 329 years after Ghost of Tsushima. Has no story ties to that game. However, if you are a person that likes to explore and really get all the things in the games, you are going to find plenty of Easter eggs and ties to the original game, which is just so goddamn exciting. I love when they do that kind of thing. This is very much in the same mold, where it is an open world third person. I mean, it's a PlayStation first party game, right? It's an open world third person adventure with a really impactful, great storyline, great gameplay, great graphics. But they've actually changed some of the gameplay in noticeable ways over Ghost of Tsushima. The main thing that I remember from that game, as far as gameplay wise, was they had this really cool stance system where you would select a different combat stance to fight different types of enemies. So if there was a heavy, you would hit I believe it was the R1 button and triangle to select a specific stance to fight that kind of enemy. If there was a guy with a shield, you'd have to select a stance that best suited defensive enemies. There's 4 different stances for the face buttons, and you would select those for the different kind of enemies. And it really made combat dynamic, and it made you think on your feet. You know, in Arkham, you always had those like prompts of how to fight a certain type of bad guy. This was, you had to position yourself, and your attack style changed, and it had to adapt to those kind of enemies. They still have that in this game,
but it's done with a wider set of weaponry. So rather than having different stances, you select different weapons to fight specific kind of enemies.
Oh, so you can swap like
So you swap
one
your
weapon
weapons
to
on the
another.
fly, which is super cool. So like
What
your main
type of weapons, Adam? Is it just 4 swords?
it is not just 4 swords. So like your primary weapon is your katana, and that's kind of like just your default sword. And then you also have dual katanas. You have like one that's longer and one that's shorter, and you're
cool.
fighting
I like that.
two-handed, which is
I like that.
incredibly cinematic, really
Wow.
satisfying. You have an odachi, which is
Odachi?
a long sword or a broadsword. Think of Sephiroth's Masamune.
Right.
That's basically what the odachi is, but it's extremely heavy. So you're holding it with 2 hands. You're putting all your weight into it.
Jeez.
And that weapon, I'm honestly not sure what category enemy you're supposed to use that for, but it's kind of slower and more intentional, and you got to really put your weight into it and swing. There is a yari, which is a spear, a pointed spear. And
Nice.
then my favorite weapon of the game is the kusarigama, which is also featured in Assassin's Creed Shadows. And we're going to talk about the parity between these two games, because that's kind of like the big buzz is people are like, these games are very, very similar. We'll get to that in a second. But the kusarigama is it's a sickle. It's like a short-handed sickle with a chain on it that's tethered to a big ball with spikes on it.
This sounds amazing.
And the kusarigama is used for fighting against shielded enemies. And what's really cool about that is the game has 2 attack buttons. So triangle is your heavy attack and square is like your standard attack. The kusarigama has two different elements to the weapon. It's got the sickle and it's got the ball, the spiked ball. If you push triangle, you're going to whip that ball in the chain to break the shields. And then the other button is to swing the sickle and you like whip it at enemies.
Jeez.
Or if you hold it down, you'll go overhead and do like a helicopter move. So if you're surrounded by enemies, you do that and you're like hitting everybody around you.
This
and when you
seems
get
sick, what you're describing here with this combat.
it is so good. And when you get surrounded by enemies that all have different stances, like there's the heavies, and then there's the riflemen, and then there's the archers, and then there's the shield guys, you are doing this ballet of switching between weapons as you're rolling and dodging, and parrying is a huge thing in this game. It's much like Batman Arkham, where they'll have like a glint on their weapon.
Okay.
A blue glint will be an attack that you have to parry, and then a red glint will be an attack that you can't block or parry, you have to dodge. So you're rolling and you're parrying and you're dodging and you're throwing your little knives, your kunai knives, or you're throwing smoke bombs. The combat in this game from start to finish is just exceptional. It is so fun. It never gets old because they continue to add perks and level up. You level everything up. And then they add more ranged weapons. You get 2 different kind of bows. You get rifles. You get muskets. Just tons and tons of weapons and gadgets in this game. And they all have intentional purpose and use. I mean, you can use whatever you want. Like, you can muscle your way through a shielded enemy with without using the kusarigama. You could use your swords if you want. But when you know what you need to use for certain enemies, and you get in these huge, large-scale war battles, and you're using the right thing, and you're dodging and you're parrying, nothing like it. It's just outstanding.
As you know, being a recovering Xbox person, that ecosystem offered me no games like this. Like, this is just not a thing. I was asking you if I should get Assassin's Creed Shadows or Ghost of Yotei. Ghost of Tsushima, actually, because Ghost of Yotei is exclusive to PS5, not on PC yet. So I'm in the mood for like an adventure game, kind of like this, an action adventure, something like probably with an open world. So it seems like there are similarities between them. And I was asking you, what should I do? I don't want to go down the wrong road. I always make bad decisions. I have bad instincts.
Yeah.
And one of the things I was going to ask about specifically is that combat, because it's such a big deal to me. I know both games look beautiful. I know that both will have a decent story. Like, They have the open world. The combat is like really big for me because it's what I enjoy. Really quick about the Ghost of Yotei, when you hit somebody with a sword, about how many chops does it take to get to the center of that Tootsie Pop? Like, how long does it take for you to kill someone? Is it just like two things? Like, because there's some games where it's like the blades are like blade deadly, and you like
Right.
ha ha ha, like three hits, and they're like dead. Or do people have health bars?
Well, there's no health bars, and there's
No health bars.
There's a couple things.
Whoa.
There's a couple. Well, bosses do. Boss battles
Okay.
will have health bars,
Okay.
but there's a couple things to take into account. First of all, obviously, depending on what difficulty level you play on, that will play into it. I'm playing on normal, but what Ghost of Yotei and Ghost of Tsushima did this as well. What they do really well is that the battles feel so organic that depending on how they block and how your momentum in the battle plays out really affects how long it takes to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop. So
Wow.
there's this fear element in the Ghost games. The whole premise is that you are a fable in feudal Japan. You are a character that is about your image and the story that you are portraying as you move through Japan. And the gameplay plays out with this as well. Your enemies will get scared of you depending on how well you're doing in combat. So if you're successfully parrying a lot, and you're blocking and you're dodging and you're getting all your weapons in, you trigger this special attack, which commands fear into all the enemies, and then you can roll through and one-shot suckers as you engage this. It's called a howl in this game because there's this wolf undertone to the character. She's got like a wolf sidekick, and so you can howl if you're getting all your combos and your chains incorrect. And then the guys will like fall to the ground, and you can go through and like lob their heads off, and it's like an overpowered attack that lasts for a certain while, and then it has a cooldown. So even though you're coming across an archer or a swordsman and you kind of know what to do, they might block you really well, or you might actually get all your hits in really clean, and then you get stronger and the ball gets rolling and everybody else on the field gets scared of you, and then their defenses weaken based on your performance. So
Wow,
it's
what a
not-
great system.
It's not so simple as like, I know how to kill this guy, I kill this guy with this technique. It really has to do with performance and how leveled up you are. There's all sorts of things that you can do in the game to eschew your persona on the battlefield. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. So that's
sounds
very
great.
different from Assassin's Creed. So Assassin's Creed Shadow has a lot of similarities to this game. I played Assassin's Creed Shadow earlier in the year, and it's a fantastic game. Same kind of thing, open world. You're a ninja on revenge mission. There's a lot of similarities there, but where I think the Ghost series one-ups Ubisoft is, first of all, in the presentation. We've talked about this ad nauseum, that a PlayStation game presentation-wise is just unrivaled. The storyline it just hits on another level. Assassin's Creed games, while they're extremely fun and have a lot of going for them with the gameplay, there's just something about the storyline that just always feels inconsequential, I guess. Maybe it's the fact that it's a part of just this huge, long-standing franchise, and you're playing just this tiny part of the overarching storyline. There's just something about Assassin's Creed games where I'm never as invested in what's going on story-wise as I am in something like this. The game story is very interesting. It takes a different approach from Ghost of Tsushima, which was all about a character whose island was being invaded, and it's like me versus a giant army kind of thing, and I'm going to save my island by becoming the ghost and kind of casting aside my beliefs about nobility and honor as a samurai, and I'm going to do what it takes to save the world, right? Ghost of Yotei is all about kind of this singular personal mission of the main character, whose name is Atsu. At the beginning of the game, her family is killed by this gang called the Yotei Six. And the main story is you are going through kind of like The Crow, right? This kind of calls back to The Crow. I'm going after this gang one person at a time. I'm hell bent and fuck the rest of the world and fuck all the consequences. I'm going to get my revenge and kill every one of these guys one at a time. So the scale is much smaller, right? Like it's not me versus an army. It's I'm going after these guys. But it does this interesting thing where it really that allows it to be a much more intimate story. And so it kind of resonates in a different way. And I think by them doing that, at first I wasn't sure if I was sold on that. It felt much smaller. It felt like, well, this doesn't seem as and the stakes aren't as big, right? But I think it allows it to really separate itself from Ghost of Tsushima in a way that doesn't lessen the previous game. It's just doing something different. And I think that's kind of cool because now you can go back to Ghost of Tsushima, which is an older game. And a lot of times with the sequel, you don't want to go back and play the earlier one because the newer one did something better. It's just doing something different. So both of those games can really stand side by side in a meaningful way. And I just can't really say enough about how great this game is. I'm having such a good time with it.
Adam, for someone like me who likes the multiplayer, when they came out with the Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer and I saw it, I was like, no way. It was unexpected because it's such a heavy single player thing, but I hear great things about the multiplayer mode, and what I hear is that Ghost of Yotei is going to have similar multiplayer later down the line, so I'm very excited for that as well. Have you tried the multiplayer in Ghost of Tsushima?
I did a little bit. I'm like I said,
you're not a multiplayer.
Not a
person.
multiplayer
You're
guy.
a loner.
I did try it out.
Leave me alone. Get off my lawn. Let me play my single player game.
Yeah, but it's nice that it's kind of like when they did multiplayer in Uncharted and Last of Us. Everybody loved it, but I wanted the single player campaign. It's kind of nice when they do this kind of thing where they, you can have the game however you want it, kind of a thing. I haven't heard anything about the multiplayer for Yotei, but I do know it is coming, and I'm hoping that there'll be some story content DLC as well. Yeah. Because man, we're going through this thing and we're doing everything. We're doing all the side quests. We're getting all the armor. There's so much cool armor you get to pick up along the way. The different masks. I
can't wait to play this game.
Different robes, the different armors. One last thing I want to mention is your wolf sidekick. So your character has this roaming wolf that will just kind of randomly show up and help you in combat.
That's awesome.
And you can further your bond with this animal by doing these side quests where you find wolf dens. And the wolves in the land are being like rounded up and thrown in cages, or they're being hunted and killed. And you can help the wolves and kill the barbarians that are taking them or slaughtering them. And by doing that, you level up your bond with the wolf. And so when you do your special attacks, the wolf will show up and he'll fight alongside you. One of the really cool things.
It's like a summon or something.
It's kind of like a summon, but it's awesome. It's a little bit more random. One of the things that this game does, and the original did as well, is they have these standoff moments where you're one-on-one in a field with a guy, and it's slow. It's kind of like old Western style, draw your weapon or whatever. And you can do these standoffs with the wolf. So if there's multiple bad guys, you're going one-on-one with somebody, and then the wolf comes up alongside you, and you guys are attacking in parity, and it's just so cool.
Damn it, Adam. Damn you and these amazing games.
It took a long time for this game to come out, and like I said a couple episodes ago, this was really all PlayStation had in their barrel for first-party titles, but it was worth the wait. Ghost of Yotei is phenomenal. This program is powered by Megadad's Boost, our public support program. You can join at patreon.com/Megadads. For over 10 years, Megadads has been bringing you the best in podcasts, reviews, interviews, family fun, and so much more. As an independent media organization, we rely on audience members like you to help support what we do, to ensure that Megadads can continue to bring you the great content that you enjoy. If you've been watching, listening, or playing along through the years, please consider lending your support by becoming a member of Megadad's Boost. Memberships start for as little as $1 a month, and you can start collecting your Boost rewards from day one. Rewards like art cards, early access podcasts, reviews, gameplay clips, and so much more. Please visit patreon.com/Megadads and become a member today. You can help us continue to make more of that Megadads coverage you've loved over the last 10 years well into the future. by becoming a member of Megadad's Boost. So good. Well, that sound is the caboose, where we're going to end this episode with a recommendation for you guys outside the world of gaming that we think you might enjoy. I'm going to be a little bit selfish here, and I'm going to talk about the upcoming Megadad's Holiday Special and Megadad's Holiday Party. We're going to be playing games on December 20th, starting at 5 p.m. Make sure you join the Megadad's Discord. The link for that, of course, is in the description of this video. And then we're going to be watching the Megadad's Holiday Special. We're going to be doing all sorts of fun stuff, gaming recommendations with the kids. We're going to be making some cookies. I made an Ape Escape Christmas cookie.
Yeah, I saw it.
It was so much fun. We always do our cookie baking a little bit differently in the house here at Megadad's. And of course, a visit with Santa.
I hear good things. I hear that Santa is on his A game, so I'm very excited for that.
So excited. What's up your caboose, dude?
So we were talking about like the Hallmark Christmas movies, and I may have said this last year, but there's we were watching it to hate on it, and we ended up really liking it. Have you heard of something called The Princess Switch? So The Princess Switch is a movie about this girl has like a twin or a lookalike. I don't know. I forget. One of them's a princess. One of them is just a common lass. And they switch places. And it's hilarious.
Christmas.
At Christmas. And they make a sequel and a sequel and a sequel. I think there's been like at least 3 of these movies. And they just keep getting better and better. And I hope they make a number 4, dude. Have you seen this?
I maybe. I know.
Come on, you got to watch The Princess Switch. I'm watching it tonight. That's it.
There's this weird subset of Hallmark Christmas movies, and it's the princess subset. I don't know like when this started, but there's so many princess ones. I very well may have seen this. You said it is Hallmark?
It's available on Netflix. I don't know who made it.
See, that's the other thing is everybody's getting in on the game of the corny holiday movie. Netflix has got a bunch.
The Princess Switch. See it. I'm telling you.
All right, I'm putting it on the list. We might watch that tonight. Well, we hope that you put on your holiday watch list the Megadad's Holiday Special. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you join us in the Megadad's Discord. If you like this show and you want to support what we do, you can go to patreon.com/Megadads for $1 to support us, become a member of Megadad's Booth. Either which way, we're glad you stopped by, and we'll see you next week for an all-new episode of Megadad's Live.